being human. I kind of touched on that. Like, she wants truth. So she ends up following this quest, right? And personally, she doesn't desire power. She doesn't desire any revenge. She doesn't desire glory. She only wants truth. She wants to know what is really going on in the world. And among like fantasy character heroes, that kind of makes her unique. That she's kind of pure in her format. She's like this modern fairy, you know, or fantasy kind of like Artemis type, where their actions are a lot more pure. That's what she represents. She is the cost of humanity, right? Like, this is who she is. She's the cost of humanity. Like this is an actual rendition of her, right? Just so you can see who we're actually talking about, right? Like, this is actually what she looks like. This is what she gets turned into, right? So in this form, of course, they're able to hide her, but then, you know, the next aspect brings her in touch with the king, right? So in this form, though, she's going to experience for the first time fear, right? She's going to experience loss in a whole different way. She's going to experience regret, because these are conditions of being humans and knowing that we're going to die, right? So we have to deal or contend with that part of our aspect. But she's also going to get love at a human level as well. So she experiences all those things. And then there's the king, right? And of course, there's King Haggard. And this is the king. This is like the broken man. That's really what he is. He doesn't start off, or even like, if you were listening to his story, why are you not? If you were listening to his story, he's not supposed to be a villain, right? He's supposed to be the good guy, but he becomes empty on the inside. Like, this is the classic. We're going to start to see more of these listless kings. Even in Conan's story, at this time, you're seeing a lot of listless kings. Like, I'm sitting on the throne, but my God, it's so terrible and bored. That's kind of where they're at with this. And he's there. He cannot gain any happiness from anything. He has the entire world, but nothing brings him joy except looking at unicorns. That's what brings him joy. He gets him so much. He's so happy. He's so happy out of this that that's all he wants. You can't buy him anything for Christmas because all he wants is some more unicorns. And I want all of them. I don't just want one. One's not enough. I need every single unicorn because they're all so beautiful and they make me feel bad because woe is goddamn me, right? Like, woe is me. Cry me a river, right? Like, he is the king of boo-hooing it up, right? This is King Haggard. He is the most despicable and fascinating villain of all times, right? He doesn't hate the unicorns. He hungers for what is within them, like to see them, the majesty of them, like the wonder of them. That's all that can even stir him. He's in depression. It's his existential despair. That is what he is. That is what he's contending with. So this is why he ends up getting the bull, and the bull itself is a force. Like, the bull itself is a force, and it draws on, now you got to understand, the bull also draws on some older belief systems, right? This bull, when we talk like the Mesopotamian bull of heaven, the bull can represent destructive chaos, cataclysm, as it were, right? This is fear. It is inevitability. All those things wrapped in one. The bull, if the bull cometh, it is eventually going to get it done, right? That is the inevitability of the bull, and we've got to remember this bull becomes a force. Like in myth, this bull itself becomes absolutely a force. It can't be slain. It can't be destroyed. It cannot be bargained with. It's just going to come. Everybody knows you can't argue with the bull. You can't, hey, come on. So let's sit down and talk about this. That's never going to happen with a bull, right? That's not his nature, right? We get it. That's not your nature. He doesn't want to sit down with you and have a conversation about it, okay? So this is what we're dealing with here. So he represents this force, and he rounds up all the bulls. He's kind of like the Black Riders. It's like Fenrir, like a force of absolute destruction is the Red Bull. And like the Red Bull, man, the Red Bull, I mean, this was just absolutely fearsome on the screen. Like, I'm just saying, the artwork with this dude, like that, this is what I'm talking about here, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about the artwork that went along with this, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Again, man, you know, I'm like 11 when this is out, man. This is amazing to me at the time, right? This is it right here, right? So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, this is how crazy good the artwork was. The storytelling was amazing. You see how big, the bull is, how fearsome this character looked. Like, you know, I gotta give it up to these hippie boomers, right? Because they were able to put it down. So the bull is his secret that's tied to terrifying. Again, this man who was once a great king, he is using this bull to terrify these divine creatures. He's massive. He's relentless. He's basically unstoppable. He doesn't talk. It gets after you, man. It starts bullying you around. Like, what do bulls do? They bully you. That's why they call it that. They call you bully me. Because this is exactly what a bull's going to do. It's going to punk you, right? It could be punking. It just goes after. And it just spent centuries hunting down all the unicorns. Wherever it finds them, it drove them all. Just wherever you were, you got driven over here. And after a while, like when you realized you couldn't get around it, a lot of them just gave up. They just gave up. All right, well, damn. And I'm down here with all the other unicorns. So we're all in the ocean just bobbing around. Because this bull is tripping. Like, this bull is seriously tripping. So that's the motivation for changing her from this unicorn into this princess, right? This is what Schmendrick does. But now she gets it. Now she gets everything. And now she gets everything, right? What is her name, right? Here's her human form, right? Right. This is her human form. This is what they turned her into, right? So, I mean, and if you look at this, like, man, see, this is some stuff right here, man. Well, look at this and go back and watch, like, early Voltron. Like, look at the eyes, look at the artwork on this, and go back and watch that early Voltron, and you'll see that connection in the art styles, right? Like, so again, this is what we're absorbing, at least my generation, as we're coming up. So this is her transformation, and this would be the character that we would identify with. And here, all of a sudden, she has vulnerability, right? Right. Amalthea, right? That's the name. Her name is Amalthea. So she kind of forgets in this form what it means to be a unicorn. She's experiencing this human form. The longer she remains human, the more a danger she is that she's going to lose herself completely. But they have to keep her hidden. So this creates this conflict. The unicorn came to save her people, but she may lose her own identity in the process. This is what's at risk for her. And then, of course, there's the prince, and the prince is all up on that, right? The prince is all up on that, man, right? Prince Lear is absolutely having it, right? And he, again, like, and he's kind of a righteous dude, though. Like, that's the thing. He's not a not righteous dude, right? That's the whole thing. He actually is sincere about her, and she's confronted with this choices that in her existence she hadn't had before. So this is one of the earliest questions we would have about, like, immortality. And it's one of those things that, like, Aragon and whatever elfie girlfriend chick that he was messing with, right? What they would go through, like, do you sacrifice immortality for this love, right? And the same thing with Tannis in the Dragonland. So they were all working with some themes of, like, love and the cost of your immortality, right? And is it even worth it? I mean, you're a unicorn. You're going to be this forever, and we need more unicorns. So this is where the story really heats up, is that the unicorn itself is a symbol. It is wonder in the world. It's beauty. It's hope. And the bull represents inevitability. And, like, yeah, you're going to get there. And forces that drive magic out of the world, that make the world suck. So finally, all the unicorns get released. This is the end of the story. King Haggard's, power collapses. And this is where the story matters. It's like, at the end of it, the unicorn is about saving magic itself. It's not about anything else. It is about literally saving magic and keeping magic going in the world. She experiences mankind, right? She experiences what it's like to actually be a human. And it's because of that sacrifice that we all get to continue to exist. That's the sacrifice that she made for us, right? So this is kind of how the story culminates. She knows what love is. She knows loss now. She is complete. And it forces us to talk again about, like, what if magic ever leaves the world, and just the importance of actually having belief. Like, the world would be different, not because it would be destroyed, not because it's defeated, but because you just stop seeing it. We stop looking for it. So it's very much symbolic of all those things culturally, all wrapped up in, like I say, like the human world, like great artwork, great storytelling, some of the best, creatures, actors of our time, giving us just a lot of character, a lot of like depth, a lot of emotional content as we went to the story. And again, this whole thing does really leverage, what we would call classic kind of unicorn mythology. Let me get to my last slide here, because I do have one more. I was going to talk about this too. Okay. So, you see again, this is like the Schmendrick, like what he represents. Like Schmendrick, again, this is like the failed wizard, and his role in the story is kind of ideal, right? He's actually very ideal, because usually we see the idea of the wizard being these powerful, like Gandalf's. He kind of represents something that's different than that, and what he gives us. Hang on, why are you logging me out here? I'm still on here. All right. So that's what Schmendrick is, and how we feel about him in the story overall. I feel like he was a good conduit. He was stumbling, he was kind of bumbling, but he kept her on path, and it was his decision that ultimately kept her around. Overall, like the myths that they're drawing off of this, you're getting a lot of medieval Europe, a lot of myths coming out of Scotland, Chinese mythology, Near East mythology of horned creatures, just like the unicorn here. So this is staying within the context of all that. We get the wisdom, we get the poetry, we get everything, right? This is the story that's ultimately represented by most of these. Like, this is symbolic culture. You're going back in time when things were more magical, and can we retain that part of it? So I highly recommend, man. I would highly recommend, go check it out. It's great artwork. I think it translates very well, and I think it's one of the more important. Like, it's a very important point for American culture, at least in terms of our anime storytelling, or animation storytelling, I should say, and also just like in general, like how we were developing our fantasy culture. What would be the foundational steps? This is a big part of it right here. So I'll be back. I'm probably going to do the breakout for you maybe later today. If not, I'll be prepping for tomorrow. But as always, hit that like and subscribe. Give me your thoughts, questions, anything you want to follow up on. We'll kind of have it in deeper thoughts.